Reggae cult film restored in HD set for Kingston screening. Babylon, a gritty look at South London's underground sound system scene circa 1980, and controversial back in the day for its hard-hitting depiction of an Afro-Caribbean music subculture. Aswad co-founder and Babylon lead actor Brinsley Ford and Martin Stellman, who co-wrote both Babylon and Yadi, booked for the relaunch.
I mean, you have to look at it that this was the first time that this was done. There's nothing else before it.
A chorus of praise for the restored film.
Rolling Stone magazine, New York, the New York Times, Hollywood Reporter, Forbes magazine, they put this beside Harder They Come and Rockers as up there, as the true Jamaican film classics. That's number one, why it's very important. And number two, that you're going to see it in a way that you have never seen before. A high definition restoration is extremely important. It's a very painstaking process. You appreciate the cinematography, the music comes through a lot more powerfully. You know, these youth may not have been Jamaican, you know, but in the film they are Jamaican, they embody Jamaica. So it's something for us to be proud of, and it's interesting to see it from their perspective.
The spruced up flick to be shown at the Old Ambassador Theatre here in Trenchtown on November 1. The inner city landmark, now a virtual shell of its old self, but chosen as a no-frills backdrop to a movie that's itself about an emerging music phenomenon.
We're going to light up the Bass in a way it's never been lit before, and we're going to make it very easy. You can just go to the Ligony Club, take a shuttle down here, and we're just going to do it, give it just some justice and pay tribute to this, the fact that this is the birthplace of reggae, everybody.
The Babylon screening the opening salvo in the Porty Film Festival, which continues in Portland. Movies like Sprinter build. But fans of local cinema very much starved for new productions.
It won't happen unless we have a film commission with a budget. It won't happen if we don't have incentives. You know, we need reasons to make films. Things happening right now that we're not documenting. Shelley and Fraser Price is doing history, and no one is documenting it. We're just putting newsreels together while this history is taking place. So if it's not done from that level, then it will take some brave individual to come up with the money, and we don't see these people.
The investors want to see physical property. So it's easier to build a bank or insurance company than me to come with 40 pages of material and say, this is $50 million. So the mindset has to change, and it's changing. But what we have to now get the private sector more involved, and for them to realize how beneficial the film industry is. Look at reggae music. There's no music form now that exists on planet Earth that does not have a reggae flavor. But because of our mismanagement of both the film and the music industry, it is now being carried on the backs of foreigners. When I go to Japan, you know, Japan has more red, gold, and green than Jamaica, you know. Panasonic building, Mitsubishi, the Blue Mountain Coffee, it's all red, gold, and green. Jamaica, the problem we have with ourselves, you know, is that we don't realize what our value added is.
That's Babylon, the restored version, scheduled for the Ambassador Theatre in Trenchtown on the 1st of November.
The music that we heard at the sound systems, you have to realize that you couldn't hear anywhere else. You couldn't hear that music anywhere else. And suddenly you were in this room and there was this music that just felt like it just hugged you. You know, you heard the deep bass, you heard the zing from the treble, you heard this voice, you heard this booming.